My God, I'm surprised they let you back in. Congratulations.
Mr. President, I suggested Bob join us because of his knowledge about what's on one particular tape, the one called The Smoking Gun. Do you remember the specifics of that conversation?
Well,
Of course you can't from memory.
Mr. President, when Jeff first heard the tape, he contacted me. He said something just didn't feel right. So I cleared it up for him.
And it clicked. The context has been totally misunderstood.
The idea was to have the CIA tell the FBI that they should not look into the donations of those two men. That's it. It wasn't to stop this whole investigation.
And yet everyone interpreted it as obstruction of justice.
yes. Well, I now recall. Well, men, I hope you're right.
John Dean may be the mastermind behind the Watergate break-in.
You have my attention.
The allegations all come from Liddy's testimony.
Is there more behind that stunt he pulled today?
Liddy claims to have found Heidi's little black book, and it's filled with all the names we know and love.
It's not about sex. It's about power and the fear of losing it.
It's dirty pool.
And Liddy's an ass, but St. Clair was over the moon today about the sex angle. Maybe we should follow it up.
The story would never see air.
I don't want my president removed from office. If finding out an uncomfortable truth is the
Make your case on the law, Jeff.
Democrats do whatever they want. Nobody calls them out on it.
That's what you signed up for as a Republican.
It's still unfair. We dig up facts, and they end up buried in the back of a newspaper if they see ink at all.
Man up, Jeff. I mean, act as if there is a God.
And Washington?
Even in Washington. If you're honest, then you've won.
It was all a setup. I smelled a rat, so I sought out the prosecutors instead.
Tell me how you can interpret these tapes any other way than Nixon wanting the truth to come out.
He wasn't the one at risk of prosecution. I was.
And were you prosecuted? You've admitted you ran the Watergate cover-up.
Objection, Mr. Dean. Already pled guilty.
Sustained.
Did Judge Sirica not sentence you to 1 to 4 years in federal prison for your part in the Watergate crime?
Yes, he threw the book at me.
But did you spend a single night in jail?
Well,
You were sent instead to an army base with a private bedroom and office, yes?
well, the food seemed like jail food.
So contrary to what the jurors and the American public was told, you never went to jail. And when the trial ended, instead of serving your prison term, you were freed completely?
Objection. Mr. Dean is not on trial.
I ask
here.
Your Honor, direct the witness to respond.
All right, I made a deal. I was set free without probation or parole. That was the deal.
That was the deal. Just heard him say that. He sold out his country, and then he sold out his friends. Gentlemen of the Senate, I give you Watergate's very own Benedict Arnold!
Objection!